My Seners, today, Mr. Sen brings to you the quartering's weird kind of response to all this. Like, this is the most, I want to say, professional he's been, but I'm sure, and this is going to be a first time reaction, by the way. I'm only now going to react to the quartering's community post that addresses pretty much everything that's been going on, at least from his perspective. Not so, aka not from the perspective of reality. There's also like some other little bits that I wanted to put in here. Really, these videos have been serving more as for archival purposes as well, just so if anybody wants to catch up and wants to see what either the public was thinking on so and so day about the quartering or what was going on, just so people could go back and check it out and stuff. It's there. And there's an entire playlist documenting everything from the day that he decided to ban the Kino Casino with his connection from YouTube to current day, where he's getting the fallout from a lot of people. And I mean people from the left, people from the right, people in the center. Just pretty much unanimously, everybody with a sensible mind hates this guy. They're going to be, of course, botted likes and botted views from somebody like this. You can't expect much authenticity. So it's fair to say that, let's say 6,200 of these are probably Indian tech supports that he hired off of HV1s. I wouldn't be... Would you really put it past him? Come on, let's be honest. He was already bragging about in tight with the Mudahars of the world. Anyway, we're going to run down this community post, and then we're going to talk about some of the commenters here, one of which Jeremy seems to have felt inclined to pin, probably his sock puppet account. Anyway, we continue, or rather we begin 21 hours ago. Nice edit, bro. The quartering says, "Hey guys, I know this week has been pretty insane." I know I'm giving him the Ricada voice. That's even crazier too. "This week has been pretty insane. The internet is doing what the internet does. The disgusting rumors about my wife and marriage are of course not true. We've been doxxed." Okay, wait, what are the rumors? What are the rumors? I already have an issue with this. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go by this, like paragraph by paragraph. I'm going to address all the problems and the lies within them, okay? So strap up, get ready, guys. Hype the video, like it, share it, etc. You know what to do. My Seners, my Senny squad. Anyway, this guy says, "Hey guys, I know this week has been pretty insane. The internet is doing what the internet does. The disgusting rumors about my wife and marriage are of course not true. LOL. We've been doxxed. People have been showing up at our house. Disgusting Photoshop pictures of my wife are circulating here. Well, just about everyone has jumped in." Okay, so here's issue number one. The only true thing he said here was the pretty insane part. But then he continues and he says, "The internet is doing what the internet does. Disgusting rumors about my wife and marriage. What are the rumors that haven't been substantiated by fact that can be easily accessed on either X or Kiwi Farms?" He's not going to have an answer to that. He's not going to have an answer to that because it's going to make it look like shit. So he's going to stay far away from the hard-hitting question. Jeremy's the type of guy that you need to give a very, very charitable interview to, because otherwise he won't be able to answer the questions, the real questions that you should be asking him, because he's an utter lying dipshit. Then he says, "We've been doxxed. People have been showing up at our house. Disgusting Photoshop images, blah, 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 blah. Victim complex." Jeremy, the moment you decided it's okay to call yourself Jeremy Hambley or Jeremy of the Quartering, you relinquished, sorry, skibbity right there, your right to, be quote-unquote doxxed. Because I hate when, like, E-celebs, especially people like the Quartering, even Jack's Films that one time, were like, "Oh, I've been doxxed," or whatever. But it's like, bro, your first and last name are on Google for a reason, bro. Stop. Like, just fucking stop. Can we establish if your first and last name are on a Google search bar, Chibi reviews, that it's, like, not a dox? Can you stop using that as, like, the victim bullshit, the victim shield? Like, anybody that's ever used Madox, when your first and last name are easily accessible on YouTube and or Facebook, you're just using that to defend yourselves. Like, your chances are you've done something so shitty on the internet that people are going to look at that first and last name and want to do treacherous things to it because you pushed your luck. So this is the victim bullshit that I always see people using, Every fucking, and it just so happens the people that use them are pieces of shit, right? Or have like gotten away with like poking the bears on multiple occasions. So again, it's just like, stop using the I've been doxxed victim bullshit if you're like a content creator like The Quartering or anything of that sort. And if your first and last name are easily accessible in a Google search bar, either get rid of that, get that fixed, or stop bitching and complaining about my docs, because this is getting fucking old. Anyway, people have been showing up at our house. Prove it. How about that? How about you? You seem like the type of guy that would do that, that would like record something like that. But it probably didn't happen. And if it did, I don't know why you wouldn't record it or like call the authorities or something. Again, it's like these e-celebs, seriously, they leave their first and last name out there, and then they're aware that crazy people exist in the world because half of their careers, if not more, was spent bullying these fucking crazy people, right? And then like when the crazy person shows up, like what happened to my Second Amendment right? What happened to I can call the police? What happened to I'm badass, I can handle shit myself? Well, what happens to all these things? They like disappear. Their fucking penises like disappear or some shit, right? Like what the fuck? Like again, I always thought it was silly. Jack's Films was like crying that a hot Russian showed up at his house or whatever, right? Like what the fuck was the hot Russian gonna do, really? Like, you know what I mean? Like I know, oh no, her thoughterry virus. Yeah, it was probably the thoughterry virus. I mean, I didn't think about it. Like the true thought virus from Cypherwolf would have been like very, very terrible, actually. But other than that, it's just a fucking, like, Russian that's showing up at your place. Like, really, bro? Like, what is this pussy shit? That's my opinion on the matter in regards to people continuously using the I've been doxxed excuse. And usually it ends up being people like The Quartering. So, yeah. Anyway, he continues on. My friends have been doxxed. My in-laws are dealing with online psychos. They're emailing my sponsors, try striking down dozens of my videos, sending it to my stuff, to my house. Everyone is just pretending it's all jokes. With half of this shit happen to any of them, they would be singing a different tune. We had to involve law enforcement over some of this insanity. Some of the stuff I can't even talk about. And honestly, I don't want to because it will just encourage more of it. I mean, you know what? To be honest, at this point, I think I read like a comment because I did post this in my community post. I showed like a portion of this. And, like, one of the centers were, like, proof. And, like, honestly, that probably is, like, the best way to... I think that's how I'm going to answer every fucking paragraph from now on. Because it's just going to be The Quartering lying about, oh, bad things are happening to me, guys. Please believe me, a habitual liar, about all these bad things that are happening to me that I don't have any proof of or recording of whatsoever. Because LOL, why? You know what I mean? It's just, like... It's so silly. Yeah. Continuing on. What? Okay. So that's my answer to number 2. Proof. Then you can see what they really want is for me to fill up my channel with videos arguing with them. This most alone will give these people who used to pretend they were my friends another video to make. Every time I debunk one lie, they just make up a different one. You've not debunked a single fucking thing. You know what Kiwi Farms has done? Kiwi Farms has debunked all of your lies, though, and I think that's pretty fucking funny. Jesus fucking Christ. If you want to talk about debunking lies, bro, go to Kiwi Farms. Go to The Quartering, Jeremy Hambley. Oh my god, is that a dox, man? It's on Google. Does that mean it's a dox? Am I doxing you, The Quartering, by saying Jeremy Hambley? You know, the name that you made readily available for the world when it was potential for you to get profit off of it? Is that a dox? Is that a dox? Am I doxing? Oh my god, Send the Notorious Doxer is back. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, sound the alarm. So you see how ridiculous it is for people to use this as the defense, guys? Like, that's why I'm like, so like Jesus, come on, guys. Can we just stop? Like, can we just stop using the doxing defense? Everybody changes their mind on what that is, too. Like, there was a point where me saying somebody's first name that I found on YouTubia or YouTube Wikipedia or whatever was considered a dox to people, like in the glorious Nick DiOrio community for some reason, and I didn't know why. But whatever, I guess. I mean, it's just I've always found this particular defense, the doxing thing, to be silly. It's not like you're getting like some game creator that like keeps to himself and is just being PG and is not being a piece of shit like The Quartering and getting their info. That's what I would consider a dox, right? I don't consider like Jeremy Hambley, who spent again his entire years on YouTube antagonizing, harassing people, like just being a general hypocrite. Never like, I don't consider that person to be like off limits in any way, shape, or form for anything. Personally, from my opinion, like, I don't know if people are gonna. I'm sure people will feel differently in some senses, but like, this guy just, I don't care. I just don't care what happens to him. Like, realistic, why is that bad? I don't care if he just disappeared tomorrow and never existed again. Like, that would be funny, actually. That would, like, make me laugh. That would actually fill me with joy. Because it'd be like, oh, one less piece of shit in the world. That's actually pretty awesome, dude. Like, if we can get rid of all the people that are like the quartering, like, from the world, I think the world would truly know peace, to be honest. But unfortunately, we can't do that. Unfortunately, it won't happen. You know, the good die young, the not so good stay around. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but we gotta live with this guy's presence a little more. But I'm sure the cheeseburgers will take care of the rest for us. All right. Anyway, what I really want, blah, 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 blah. Every time I debunk a lie, he's debunked nothing. He's just bitching right now, and he's, like, pretending like everybody's relying on him for the bullshit. I mean, Jeremy, you're great to farm as a lolcow. I'll be real with you. That's pretty much the only thing I can tip my hat off to you for. Thanks for making an ass of yourself so that me and the Senny squad can be like, hey, guys, let's laugh at this lolcow like old times. I mean, I guess that's like the one thing I'll be grateful for. Thanks for being a complete piece of shit, rebarred, scumbag, false flagging, banning, motherfucker, so that I can laugh with you with the Sandy squad and can all make jokes at your expense and your cuckoldry and whatever else you got going on there, which aren't rumors, by the way, if they can be found on Kiwi Farms. And like, I mean, I guess that's like enough said. Just go there and come to your own conclusions, I suppose, at that point. Because nothing there, to my knowledge, has been doctored in regards to the quartering. I don't even think he can say it. Even though he frequently deletes his tweets, which you can check out what he fucking deletes. If you go to the last video, actually, we covered it. We got a couple more. Jesus, he drags on. Your the kids are like, say less, say less. Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where you'd want to say less. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. Apparently, I have the power to summarily ban any video making fun of me, and yet 1,000s were pumped out this week alone, and oddly, they all remain live. It's a full-blown cancel mob from thousands of channels that prefer to cancel culture, anti-cancel culture. One thing I can say is being on the receiving end of it, I fully regret ever taking part in this stuff, which I have done in the past and won't be doing again. That's your fucking entire... What do you even do now? Wait a minute. Are you just like, what are you doing? This was your entire fucking thing, harassing people for 10 years. Like, whether it's, like, on the left or the right, you were still harassing people. By your own logic, you were harassing people for 10 years. You should have been eliminated from the platform a long time ago. Again, by your standards. Here's the reality of the situation. If Kino Casino deserved to have been banned, in your opinion, what excuse did Jeremy have for still existing? Like, let's be so fucking real here. I'm tired of pretending this isn't the case. People will be like, oh, the Kino Casino was justly removed. Why the fuck is this fucking idiot still here? Why is this grease ball, this walking cheese ball, still around then? That makes no fucking sense. And it's always the people that are, I'm super consistent. Actually, you're fucking stupid. Because again, it makes no sense. You can't justify a Kino Casino ban without justifying a quartering ban, without admitting that the system is wrong. Because again, by that logic, the quartering should have been gone. He should be gone. Why isn't he gone? He's fucking like a living, walking tumor that you can't get rid of even with chemotherapy, bro. This guy, Jesus, he's a parasite. I will forever be careful about jumping on this kind of thing ever again, unless it's Hassan, I suppose. So basically what he's telling you guys is that now that he's been properly exposed and isolated from the majority of yes men that would defend him at one point or another, like Yellow Flash, he's going to take safer targets. That's what he's basically saying. You want to summarize all the bullshit? Oh, boohoo, feel bad for me. I have no proof. LOL, Nick Ricada. Yeah, all the people that let me get away with shit in the past, like Yellow Flash, aren't going to let me get away with shit anymore, and they're not going to cover for me, so now I'm only going to go after safe targets like Hassan Piker that's, like, unanimously hated by everybody. Just like me. That's what he's saying. You want a translation? There's your fucking translation. All the fluff is gone. All the fucking bullshit is gone. I know you need a bullshit translator when it comes to this guy. That's what he's saying. He's saying nobody's going to stick up for him other than Melanie Mack, and we already know how that's going to go. So he's just going to go ahead and take safer targets like Hassan, because honestly, yeah, Hassan is probably the safest target you can make a video on hating on. Like literally everybody, almost everybody hates this guy as much as Jeremy. So that's basically what he's saying. Continuing on, not looking for sympathy. Oh, buddy, again, what is it? These consistent lies, brother. But if you're looking for me to engage with these people, I'm not going to be doing that. You've already engaged with plenty of them. You like fucking reported a bunch of them. So they don't want an apology. They want control. Projection. You want control. That's why you took down the channels. That's why you're trying to rewrite history. That's why you're trying to change your narrative. It's not even a narrative. It's like a fucking truth. You're trying to change the fact that you're a cuckold, that you have a failed business, that you fucking like threatened multiple channels, that you flagged multiple channels. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't. You just put the wink, wink, wink idea in someone's head to do it, right? Like my old pal Josh Munoz or whatever from Florida used to do this shit. My hands are clean, man. My hands are clean. I just instigated a bunch of shit and put things in order. But my hands are clean. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh Munoz from Florida. Thank you for that, buddy. I'm sure your hands are about as clean as Jeremy fucking Hambley's. So as you can see, this kind of strikes home a little bit too. Like, why do you get so passionate about it, Sen? Some of these people may ask. Because I have experience with people like Jeremy Hambley firsthand. Like, it does hit a string of sorts. Yeah, I do get a little fired up for this because I've known delinquents like this, fucking complete degenerate, two-faced motherfuckers like this personally. So it just kind of elicits that extra emotion, I suppose, right? And like, again, I don't know, this guy is just not a fucking ideal human being. Like, you know, not to make it morally, like, morality a thing, but it's just like, I think we can all unanimously agree that at least a lot of the actions he takes are off-putting, and there's really no justification for it other than, ironically enough, everything he's bitching about, he's projecting onto other people. He just wants control. That's all Jerry wants. He just wants control. He wants control of the narratives. He doesn't want anybody criticizing him. He doesn't want anybody making fun of him at his expense. That's why he fucking banned the Kino Casino. This literally is a self-tell. He's telling on himself in real time, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Make sure, once again, guys, we're like at a halfway point, I assume. Like, hype, and share the video. I'm sure this isn't going to be the last one of the coverage on this guy, because there was a couple other things I wanted to check out on X. But because this was his community post, his disastrous community post, I'd even go as far as to say I wanted to make sure to cover this first. So anyway, continuing on, I will be forever careful about jumping on this kind of thing ever again, unless it's Hassan, not looking for sympathy. But if you're looking for me to engage with these people, I'm not going to do that. They don't want an apology. They want control. There are loads of videos critical of me online. They've been there for years. If you really believe I spent every waking hour of video crucial, blah, 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 there's an ocean of evidence against that. Not necessarily, because the only real videos that have consistently, on a consistent level, shit on you, right, in an entertaining fashion, was the Kino Casino. That gives you the most incentive to go after them. All right, like don't use this. Oh, tons of other people have rolled out these videos, and I'll let it slide. Well, there were a couple reasons for that. One, you had the fucking grifting mob helping you for some reason. There's still one there from the flag. I think his name is John Del something. I don't know. He beat his wife, I think. He has like a fucking government paper saying that. So I mean, if you don't want to, or more like a fucking legal paper, right? So if it depends, if you guys want to believe like legality in that sense, or you want to not believe legality in that sense, I know people could be like 50-50 with what on that, even with legal paper, which is kind of wild, because like Tectone will literally say he went to the right in order to dodge accountability for being a leftist, and people will still pretend like as with the Tectone was always a right winger, which is insane to me. So again, yeah, people Yeah, there's skewed viewpoints on that, but like the point is, we have somebody who has like a legal paper saying they're a domestic abuser, siding with the quartering. I don't think that's the optics you want. I don't think that's too good for you, buddy. But yeah, the only reason it would be select people, because there were select people, is because they caught the most traction and they were doing the best job at the time exposing you, right? And again, Kino Casino was probably number one because they did it consistently. They did it to a big audience. Like and unanimously people were going to talk about it more because they're just, they're just good like that. So again, it's just a misdirect. He's just trying to be a bullshitter, basically. I don't care if people are critical of me. That's a lie. You've already shown otherwise multiple times from your tweets alone. So you're again lying. What's going on right now is just the internet doing its thing. I get it. I apologize to my wife, who has been enduring disgust so much. The only thing you have to willingly admit then that if you're going to just say, oh, the internet is wrong most of the time, then like every one of your videos is bullshit. Everything you've ever said is a lie. Because then your fucking videos fit that criteria so well. Like you're kind of like telling on yourself. You're telling on your lack of ability to create content. You're telling on the people that, aside from the Indian tech support that like this thing, you're like literally telling them they're all fucking idiots. Like you are, yeah. This. You want to say what disgusting stuff is over here, Jeremy? I got you disgusting stuff right here. Picture is worth 1,000 words, boy. There you go. I gotta apologize. I apologize to my wife who has been enduring disgusting stuff. Yeah, by your own hand. If she decides to stay with you, she's probably staying for the money. I mean, that's all I gotta say. And assuming this is his wife, right? At that point, it's just like, I tell you a little bit of the human psyche over here real quick, alright? Usually when it comes to these things, they just want to stay for the money or because they can't, really move on at this point. You've spent too much years invested into this fucking grease ball that was providing all this good grifting money. Why would you want to throw that to the side, right? It makes so much sense, really. If this is his wife, that's gonna be crazy to me because I think she's just he's just using her more of a shield than fucking Ricada ever used any of his loved ones, to be fair. So you could give Ricada that. What's going on in the internet is a thing. I get it. Apologies. Has been enduring disgust so much so now that she is terrified to answer the door because psychos are showing. And whose fault is that, Jeremy? Is it the e-grifting asshole that made a living of doing this shit to other people and not having a fucking... who is really... When people put this on, oh my god, victim, it's like, you decided to do this. You decided to be in this position, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because stop blaming other people for the things you decided to fucking do. Nobody said, hey, Jeremy, you need to become the quartering and start being an annoying piece of shit that antagonizes people and takes advantage of people. You gotta start doing that, bud. Nobody fucking told you to do that, bro. What the fuck is going on? So much now is terrifying answer the door. Yeah, my co-hosts on my live stream because they have been getting insane harassment for literally no reason. Again, why is this guy talking like a leftist? Why would the right ever defending this freak? He literally is the embodied... Didn't even start off as a leftist, too. So, Melanie Mack, too. They started off as leftists, and then they conveniently flip-flopped to the right. But they still have their shitty leftist tendencies. And I'm tired of pretending they don't. Because they do, and they always have. And that's what I've always been like, why are these fucking weirdo leftists like to infiltrate the right, and then they want to try to be undercover and, reap the benefits of being a right-winger while still being a lefty cuck. And in Melanie Mack's case, whatever the fuck she is. What is the cuck equivalent of a woman, chat? I don't know. If ever being dude weirdos, apologize or what you want. What is this harassment you speak of, too? What can we be, less vague and more specific so that we can, destroy your character a little bit more, get more of the lies out of the way? It's gonna get news. I don't have any idea that comes into a war zone. Don't bother engaging on my behalf. These people are not engaging in good faith. Yeah, you would know about good faith, wouldn't you? Or rather, you would know about not engaging in good faith, huh? I'm going to stick to what I do, and that's report the news and try to give your take. That's not what you do. That's a very charitable interpretation of what you've done on your career on YouTube, buddy. Mr. Coffee Brand, Mr. You know, you need your wife to be with a bull, Drex. All right, these are a lot of fucking comments. Holy fucking shit, Chad. All right. Might need to make a separate video for this, but fuck it. We'll just go over a couple right now. I guess we should at the very least go over these 5. Or the pinned one, okay? He says, womp womp, and maybe don't flag don't flag videos and let a bull plow your wife, dumbass. We'll never be done making fun of you. You deserve much more than that. Have a shitty night. Okay, so the quartering is doing this thing where he's like, I'm so above this, guys. I'm going to pin this comment right here. Or, I mean, I guess he thinks this is the way that's going to quell the anger of the majority of the internet. Like, basically, what the quartering is hoping you think, what you go for is like, oh, he's being a good guy, taking it on the chin like that. He's pinning this comment, calling him a cuckold, and calling him a false flagger, which he's denied up to this point, so why would he agree with it at this point? You know what I mean? It just doesn't fucking, it's so fucking fake. It's so bullshit, and it's another self-tell. Because if you're gonna adamantly deny flagging videos and, like, having bulls plow your wife, why the fuck would you subtly admit to it now unless it was true? It's fucking bullshit, man. I'm so sick of these bullshit artists like this guy or whatever. Whenever there's a potential to harvest anything from him, you can't help. Like, you gotta do your due diligence. Like Uncle Sam, more like Uncle Sen, you know? I'm gonna put my fucking face on that Uncle Sam poster. I'm gonna be like, I need you to farm these lol cows dry, like, because that's literally what you gotta do. All right, at least if nothing else, we can see that we got into his fucking head, because like, this is the behavior of somebody that is not chronically online or is not like offended by the shit that like people are saying. Trust, it is. This is very much the exact behavior. So not only the Kino Casino one, but the A-Logs one and Kiwi Farms one, so that's funny. I wonder how long he's going to be able to keep this up, or if he's actually going to stay true to his word. I don't think that people should let up on him. I think people should continue to farm him for as long as possible. But any little thing, I don't want to hear any talks of you're milking this from any, like, to anybody, to either me or any other creator that's doing their due diligence and talking about this guy. Hell, even if you have like 100 subs or less, fucking talk about this guy. The more people know about what kind of an annoying prick he is, what kind of a fake, bullshitting piece of shit, corrupt, flagging or whatever, the better. Why wouldn't you want people to know? And it's not like it's not like this is like in Jeremy's narrative description, he's making it seem like it's all rumors and it's a nothing burger. This is not like a one-time thing. There's an entire history of you. That's why I made that one empowering speech on the other video, one of the other videos that I made. And I'm telling you guys, for all the content creators, you know, like the Yellow Flashes of the world and anybody in that little sphere that browse Kiwi Farms on their off time, that I know browse Kiwi Farms on their off time to take talking points or get information on. Because of that, I know you know there's a quartering thread. Because of that, I know you know the character of the person you're sleeping with. Because of that, you guys are still fake motherfuckers. Even if Flash is calling out the quartering now, let's not pretend like Yellow Flash didn't know anything about this. That extends to everybody in that crew, because to my knowledge, everybody in that fucking crew browses Kiwi Farms. Just like every fucking e-celeb that claims to not browse Kiwi Farms, right, ends up either taking Kiwi Farms talking points, taking Kiwi Farms information, and repurposing it as their own. Or just a quick way to catch up with like everything that's been going on. I know Yellow Flash does this for a fact. And I know a bunch of people in his circle do this for a fact. So again, what was the excuse for you guys not dropping this fucking sack of shit a lot earlier? It must have been some pretty good network bullshittery going around, I bet. But again, at the very least, he's dropping him now, like the way he's dropping Nick Rekieta. Should have done it before. I still think when it comes to people like the quartering, at least, you can take a little time out of your day to go to that next forum next to the one you're reading and take a look at your friend or your network buddy. Just a little heads up. Anyway, that's all for this video. Sorry if it dragged on for a little too long. But if not, again, like, share, hype the video. And I'll see you all in the next upload. My Seners, my Senny squad. Until next time, don't be a Rebart. Don't be a Jeremy.